So good morning, good afternoon, buenos dias, buenas tardes, and boa tarde. We are here today with Eva Saringala, the Director of Sales of Eclectic Greece, our fabulous DMC in Greece. So
hello,
Eva,
Dominique. Hello, everyone.
You have prepared a very nice program today for us, just around lunchtime, perfect timing.
To open up your appetite for Greece.
Exactly. So, and I know you have a few other news to share. So let's go on. At the end, we will give me 5-6 more minutes. I'm just going to show you the new Oma in Santorini in case you have not seen it, and the brand new Milos. And that's where I am today. I'm on the terrace suite of the new Milos, which is opening soon in Athens. Eva, this is yours.
Yes, perfect. So I'll do the updates first, and then I'm going to share my screen, Dominique. So good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, wherever you're on the planet. Some of you already know me. I'm becoming a YouTuber, as Dominique said earlier, these days. So you can follow us on the YouTube channel that Dominique has set up. My name is Eva. I look after client relations for Kubernetes Travel, the Eclectic Greece division, which is the inbound high-end luxury division. A couple of updates before we start on our fantastic foodies itineraries. First of all, today I am welcoming you from a frozen Athens. So it's been snowing for the past 2 days. It's very unlikely, but that happened as well in 2021. But I'm going to be talking to you about summer all along, so don't worry. A couple of the updates on in terms of the pandemic. Greece is picking up pretty well in terms of the development of the vaccination. So there's a lot more vaccination centers. Around the 6% of the population has already received it. I know we're a small country, but the supplies of the vaccines are not available as widely in the European Union, so we're doing our very best. The thoughts and speculations in the government is that by June we would have 70% of the population vaccinated, which is very positive. Now, I was telling Dominique earlier that the Prime Minister came on the day before yesterday and said that Greece will follow the European Union in majority of the decisions in terms of opening the borders. However, if European Union, for whatever reason, fails to open up the borders to the US and the other overseas markets, as they're very important for our tourism industry in Greece, Greece will open up on its own. So that gives us a lot of confidence. I mean, it's on the talking stage at the moment, but we have already done discussions with countries outside the European Union, such as the UK. Since the beginning of the year, they're outside the European Union, and Israel, that have achieved a massive number of vaccines. Probably 95% of the population has already been vaccinated. So we're building that bridge, like, with the US. I mean, our Prime Minister has been educated in the US. They have very strong bonds as a family there as well. So I'm sure there will be exhausting, this topic until we come to a very pleasant, let's say, agreement. So I'm very hopeful for this year. Flights are live starting from June. We always advise people to start planning towards end of July, beginning of August. So the season in Greece normally would start in April. We might be losing a couple of months, but you will have August, September, and October. Some islands can even look at expanding their season. So that's all very positive. Another update on the tourism industry here in Greece is that after the elderly and people in need, let's say, the staff in the tourism industry is taking priority for vaccination. This is something that they've announced recently, and we're very, we're thinking very commercially at the moment. So I think that will give an extra level of confidence to the travelers to visit Greece this year. So that would be it in terms of the update. So I can share my screen now, Dominique, right?
Yes, you can. And I see you said hello from frozen Athens, but Lisa is telling us greeting from frozen Texas.
I know, I've seen it earlier.
There is everywhere, huh?
I've seen it earlier. Amazing. Yeah. Texas being cold, right?
Yes. Well, that's why.
Okay, so you can. Good. You can see the screen, Dominique,
Yes,
right?
yes, yeah, we're ready for you.
So, so before I start talking now about our foodies itineraries and what I've put together for you, very quickly, I want to take a couple of minutes to tell you a little bit about our story. So Eclectic has been set up in 2012. It's part of one of the largest travel organizations in Greece called Kybernetes Travel. So we're family owned, so that gives us a lot of flexibility and speed in terms of decision making. We've got the capacity to handle not just the FID bookings, the individual travelers, but also large incentives, family requests, celebrations, and parties of all sorts. So we have a history of more than 45 years. We're coming actually to 46 years now. So Eclectic has solid relationships in the industry and a team of experts with a lot of international exposure and experience that really sets us apart from the competition. Another thing that Eclectic and Kybernetes secure for you is access to us 24/7 through emergency phone numbers as well. And the same happens when your clients are in Greece. We have an allocated travel designer with you, so we can keep track of all their activities and their trip. One of our key business activities is marine travel as an organization. So that kept us financially afloat and strong this year. So that really kept us keen to make a lot more refunding and keep our clients happy this year. And also one thing to remember about Eclectic is that we do not source out any of our services. So everything will be taking place in-house, such as the air tickets and the fare tickets and all the other activities that we're planning. Now, moving to the next slide, I'd like to take a couple of minutes to explain the benefits that you get when you book with us. So first of all, you get an immediate acknowledgement to your request when you email Eclectic Greece. That hits the mailbox of our two ladies in operations, Maria and Anthi, and then a proposal guarantee within 24 hours. I know by summertime that it would be a little chaos if the borders will be reopening. You will need that sort of reassurance that we'll get back to you in a timely manner. Then we offer you a cost breakdown, so you see a lot more transparency and you can demonstrate that transparency to your clients. We can either work on net rates or gross rates, depending on the way you want to work with us. Your commission gets paid through Onyx, which is an automated, streamlined commission payment process. We only need your IATA number and we don't need any commission invoicing. And of course, for our US friends, we have a direct line that you can reach us free of charge anytime throughout the day. The office operates from 8 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock at night. So we have some parts or majority of your day covered. A quick look at the team with our CEO and the two ladies in operations, marketing, product, and the team of senior travel designers. I'd like to say that majority of the team at the moment are in furlough, which is supported by the government, and we have 5 of us working in the team, but we're hoping with the pickup on the demand that we will be bringing back everyone. Now, ready to crack on the foodies itinerary. So today, we're touching on the best gastronomical destinations, suggesting 2 of our top foodies itineraries. The first one will be starting from the northern part of Greece, which is Thessaloniki, less visited, less discovered by international clients. Then we will move to Crete. So I'll show you the first itinerary just now. So we will move to Crete, starting from Rethymno, and then move to Iraklio, which is on the east side of Crete, and then back to Athens. And then we will start the next itinerary with Athens. So Athens will be mentioned only once, of course, and then we will touch on Nexus and Santorini. At the very end of the presentation, I will talk to you a little bit about our villa offering and our new website that we launched just last week, and for the offering of our private charter. So we're starting off with Thessaloniki. Thessaloniki is a cosmopolitan city, and there is so much more to Greece than just Athens and the island. So we thought we're going to start with a different, with a little bit of a spin and explore the northern part of Greece. So we're starting in Thessaloniki, the second largest city in the country, and a destination brimming with history and culture, which is offering easy access to Pella and Vergina, two very historic monuments where Alexander the Great was born. And of course, Mount Olympus, which is referring to the Greek mythology as the residence of the 12 gods. So a little bit of history there as well. So Thessaloniki is a cosmopolitan place. It's a modern metropolis built by the Thermaic Gulf. So Thermaic Gulf is what exactly you see, the water that you see in front of the White Tower. So this round tower is the White Tower. And it's widely known for the historic significance and the vibrant city center. Thessaloniki also is referred as the Madre of Israel due to the large Jewish community who migrated there from Spain back in the 1400s. There is still a massive Jewish community in Thessaloniki that live in Thessaloniki. So as a start, in order to get to know Thessaloniki, which is rich in history and culture, as we said, we recommend to start with the city tour. So, and we will include a foodie tour as well. So we'll do a combination of those. So Thessaloniki offers a sophisticated culinary scene and a very vibrant nightlife. So I vouch for this, as I spent 4 years of my life studying there. There wasn't too much studying, I have to admit, but I can give you all the hot spots of entertainment. And there is also an amazing promenade along the sea. And all of these elements will make you to fall in love with this city very quickly. It is a very popular city break destination for the Greeks, especially for the southern part of Greece and the islands, and also for the Europeans, because there is a fantastic connection to major European airports. The airport actually had an expansion the past couple of years, so there is a plan to receive overseas flights landing into Athens very soon, so watch this space. So following the seafront promenade that you see on the screen, conveniently passing just below Aristotle Square. This is Aristotle Square on your screen. You're getting to Lefkos Pyrgos, or the White Tower, as I said earlier, which is part of the city's fortification during the Byzantine and the Ottoman times. And it's now a museum and a fantastic point to get the most spectacular views of Thessaloniki. Then you move towards the area of Ladavika. It's a neighborhood, actually, the city's hotspot for dining, for enjoying your coffee, and for nightlife options. And a few blocks away that you will find the famous Modiano market. It's written Modiano, but it's Modiano market. So it's the city's original produce market. So you will find a variety of butcher shops and vegetable shops, and it's huge, it's massive. But it's also located in the city center and a few blocks away from major hotel options that we are recommending. Just like for every true Greek, the morning food tour begins with a breakfast at a family-owned bakery to indulge in some fresh koulouri or some spinach pie, so you have a variety. Fresh koulouri is the little thing on the right-hand side with the sesame on top, a very light and healthy option for a breakfast to go. So because a breakfast option is never enough, then we're moving into the second breakfast stop, and we get to explore the best bougatsa in Thessaloniki. I know it's a little bit of a difficult word to pronounce and remember. It's called bougatsa, and it's either filled with custard, with meat, or cheese. So you can choose whatever you prefer. Naturally, the morning, like the breakfast, wouldn't be complete without a Greek coffee break. So if the weather permits, you can enjoy it from the rooftop of one of the hotel balconies that we work with. but you'll be able to enjoy a traditional Greek coffee and the view of the city with spectacular water views, but also a fortune-telling session, which comes along with a coffee. And according to the Greek tradition, a lot can be told about your future from the imprints of the coffee on the mug after you finish the coffee. It's a light-hearted fortune-telling session, of course, and it's always happening for good fun to demonstrate the Greek ritual of drinking coffee. Now, our next food, there's a variety of, the next stop, and would be a variety of stops, probably between 7 and 9, depending on the tour that you're choosing. It would be to try the best souvlaki in town. So the Northerners are known for their extreme hospitality and the fantastic food. So if you're comparing the souvlaki in Athens and in Thessaloniki, Thessaloniki definitely wins. And I can, I'm all for it because I'm a Northerner too. You definitely have the opportunity as well to do a wine tour. So Greece, although many of you are not very familiar, it's known for the wine production, and it has 3 top regions that produce some of the greatest wine varieties. One of those, and the most popular, being the northern part of Greece. So wine lovers will be able to enjoy a private visit to the modern winery of Domaine Gerovasiliou and have a walk through its vineyards on the slopes of Epanomi. Epanomi is a small town just half an hour away from Thessaloniki. The Domaine also is a host to a unique museum where you'll be able to admire a fantastic collection of corkscrews, some of those dating even back to the 18th century. And the tour will end with a fantastic tasting of some exceptional award-winning wines. So keep that in mind when you're in the northern part of Greece. And the second biggest region that we will talk about today would be Santorini. Now we're moving to Crete. So we're starting with Crete, which is the largest, and we're the largest in terms of size and population, I would say, island in Greece, and it's definitely one of distinct culture and history. Crete is a destination that can please pretty much everyone. And every taste and every expectation, from a young couple's trip to a honeymoon trip and a multi-generational family trip, it can please the most demanding clients. It's best connected to Athens with a flight time of 50 minutes to both airports, and also makes a good itinerary with Santorini because there's direct connectivity with a ferry within 2.5 hours. Now, Crete is known for the wild landscape, but also for its delicious cuisine. So you'll see here a lovely picture that I'm sharing with you. So all of these products that you see are produced in Crete. So it's a self-sufficient island because of the warm climate, to the point that at some point they wanted to become an independent state and move away from Greece. That never happened, of course. So you will see a variety of vegetables and a massive range of cheese that they produce, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. And of course, in terms of the culture, there is a lot of unique customs that are that are connected to the religion, and also there is also a good opportunity when we're celebrating one of the saints in Greece to throw a festival or a celebration, and it's making a great excuse for a party. The Cretans have their own traditional music instruments and their own traditional music, which is completely different to whatever you find in all the other parts of Greece. And of course, they perform all of this dancing with the traditional outfits, as you see on the screen here. Now, the little town of Rethymno is something that I wanted to touch today, as it's a unique place. It's between Chania and Iraklio, and it began a period of growth when the Venetian conqueror of the island decided to put an intermediate stop between Hania and Heraklion. So today, the old town is almost entirely built by the Republic of Venice, and it's one of the best preserved towns in Greece. And as we discussed before, Greece is very popular for the food, and one of the main reasons people want to travel to Greece. That's why we make sure that in every itinerary or in every destination, rather, we have a culinary walk or a food tour or a cooking class to be able to cover every taste. So on this walk, we will take 7 different stops. We have even activities with 9 stops. So, you know, you make sure you don't eat anything beforehand. So you will learn about the Cretan cuisine. You will taste a variety of rustic cheese and artisanal breads, followed by a live demonstration of the ultra thin pasty by the last traditional phyllo master of Crete. So this gentleman is 86 years old, and he's still doing, like, you know, this traditional phyllo, ultra thin phyllo pasty on his own. He's part of that experience. You will then be able to line up in a local shop to try the traditional kaltsouni savory pie. Is something like a cheese pie, but very Cretan traditional. Try raki, which is similar to ouzo and sipuro, but a lot stronger. That feels like vodka. So, you know, pace it a little bit when you have a couple of shots. And of course, you will have an opportunity to get into the local patisseries to try, like, you know, the traditional desserts, such as, like, you know, baklava being one of those, with the Arabs being and leaving their marks in Crete for many years, mainly, like, you know, through the food and the architecture, of course. And now we're moving to Heraklion, which is on the east side of the island. And when we added this activity, I kind of, like, you know, laughed, but I was really excited because it's a cheese making process. And my mother, and I say that on every webinar, Dominique is probably fed up listening to this. My mother makes her own cheese, and this is the time of the year they actually collect, like, you know, the milk from the shepherds. And she just finished doing that last week. So whoever travels to Greece this year, I'm inviting you home to try traditional feta cheese. So your clients will have the opportunity to go and visit a paddock where you'll milk the goats with the shepherd and participate in this traditional cheese making process. And right after, we will introduce you to the Cretan traditional music and the local music instruments of Crete, enjoying a glass of wine before the sunset. Now, Crete is the biggest producer of olive oil in Greece, for sure, followed by Kalamata. So these two areas are constantly arguing on who's making the best olive oil. And Crete is also exporting a massive volume of olive oil abroad. So on this activity, you will take a first stop in an ecological prototype farm cultivated by the 5th generation owners that promote the traditional way of organic olive oil production. And following that, we will have the opportunity to have a visit at a Quaint Winery, which is the dream of an American person who was actually born on that island. He's Greek American, and he was born and raised in that small island village, and he came back to set up this business. And the day, of course, like in any activity in Greece, we'll finish with a traditional taverna style dinner before you head back to the hotel. Now, the eclectic food itinerary number 2 will start with Athens, and then we'll move to the beautiful island of Naxos, one of my highlights in the Cyclades, and finish with the breathtaking Santorini. So Athens has been the capital of Greece since 1834, and it's totally transformed, especially after the Olympics in 2004. Often is perceived as a stop before the travelers head to the Greek islands, which is not really the way that we would like you to see Athens, because it's worth exploring for a minimum of 2 or 3 days. So the city is full of history, and it's got an amazing food scene that it's competing with the dining scene of Mykonos and Santorini, and a variety of shopping districts, and offers the opportunity to stroll around the beautiful little neighborhoods of Plaka and Monastiraki underneath the Acropolis. So very quickly, you'll see where Athens is located on the map. Majority of the Greek islands can be connected by air with a maximum travel time of 50 minutes. So you can easily do that through, you know, do it as a day and then get to explore the next destination. And of course, in Athens, you have another 3 ports that connect Athens with the Aegean Sea and the Dodecanese, which is the 12 islands further on the southeast of Greece, as well as Crete. One of the private tours that we are suggesting in Athens is the private guided city tour, combining the historic city center and the Acropolis rock with the new Acropolis Museum. And that's the only activity that is not including food, but we're just jumping to my favorite private guided activity, and which we love recommending it to our clients. So as I mentioned earlier, you take 9 different stops. You will taste some of the best Greek olive oil, similar to one in Crete, and then from Kalamata, with a lot of different tasting. You'll try the traditional phyllo pastry delicacies and a variety of other Greek culinary treasures in just 4 hours. So the guide will talk to you a lot more about the Mediterranean diet and why it's so good for you, and you can take some of the tips and incorporate to your everyday life when you head back to your home country. And as we continue the walk, we will take a stroll to the city's, I'm sorry, Dominic, to the city's Spice Street, and drop in at a shop with incredible variety of local condiments and herbs, such as the Greek oregano and Crocos Kozanis, which is the known Greek red saffron, which is extremely expensive when you travel abroad. So you can buy as much as you can before you head home. So you will be able to find out how these items and how these items are used in the Greek gastronomy, while you're browsing the shelves of this little shop that we will guide you. And then we close this tour with, I'm not clicking, I swear, I'm sorry. I'm not clicking. It might be the snow. So the last stop of the tour is the tasting of a selection of scrumptious Greek meze, similar to tapas, but only better, at a very charming deli. I've done a lot of client entertainment in this place, and everybody was fascinated. So you will be able to try classic appetizers, a variety of cheese, but also cured meats. You can see through these glasses how much of a variety of cured meats you can try. And it's located in the most popular neighborhood of Athens. Now, moving into our next island destination, we have Naxos. Naxos belongs to the complex of the Cyclades, and it's very popular for international clientele. So the past couple of years, it's been picking up really greatly. It can be reached by air within 35 minutes from Athens, or 4 hours in a ferry, if you prefer that. So the portara, as you see here, is the great door, or the big door, a massive marble doorway that stands very proudly, and it's the jewel of Naxos. It lies just next to the port and the main kind of ferry area in the island of Palasia. So back in the days, it was just a strip, which was replaced later on with a causeway. And according to the myth, the islet of Palatia was exactly where Ariadne, which was a Minoan princess, was abandoned by her lover Theseus after he killed the Minotaur on the island of Crete. Now, Naxos is a fantastic option for family holiday due to the long sandy beaches and the diversity of activities that it offers, such as sailing, hiking, surfing, mosaic workshops, cooking classes, fishing activities. You've got it all in Naxos. And to me and to Eclectic, it's the best value for money destination in the Cyclades in terms of accommodation and also in terms of dining, as majority of the products, the local products, get fresh to the table and reasonably priced. So the locals rely heavily on agriculture, and the island is known for the best potato production and the great variety of cheese. I'm going to say that again, Dominique. The last time I was in Naxos, I have carried in the back of my car 2 sacks of potatoes and about 10 kilos of cheese, only to find out that the cheese shop that I got them from in Naxos, it was just around the corner in the place that I live in Athens. But anyway, so the cheese is just spectacular. You will find at least 30 different, tastes. I know you can't pick it up on your suitcase and bring it home, or you can maybe, but you can try to eat as much as possible. Now, in terms of the best touring, combining it with food, it would be the full day Apiranthos tour. Apiranthos would be a very picturesque island and the crown jewel of Naxos. Naxos has a lot of mountains, so it's got a combination of mountains and prairies. So Apiranthos is located on the highest point of the island, along with Halkio and Philoti, 2 other mountain villages. So on this experience, you will get to explore the great architecture of these villages, excuse me. You will have the opportunity to taste all the honey glazed sweets that they produce there. Again, traditional local cheese, ham, and the unique citron liqueur, which is a very characteristic liqueur of Naxos. And then in the next activity, which is put together by one of our top suppliers in Naxos, Katerina. It's hosted by her family, and you will learn how to cook a typical Greek meal with a menu that's designed around vegetables that you can find to the garden according to the season. So based on traditional recipes, Katerina, she cooks with her mother and her grandmother, and they all 3 will be showcasing their skills and share all the secrets for those Naxian recipes. And then last, we're moving to the beautiful island of Santorini, which is described as the ultimate destination for couples with breathtaking landscape, featuring one of the most amazing and famous sunsets across the world. So the season in Santorini is amongst the longest. So you can start visiting end of March until mid-November. I'm sure you all seen pictures of the caldera, the amazing Caldera Cliffs. So these cliffs are a result of the volcano eruption that happened around the 1500 before Christ. So formerly the island was called Strogili, which means round in Greek. So it was one round island. And the eruption left a large caldera surrounded by volcanic ash deposits, hundreds of meters deep. One thing to remember, the volcano is still active. We haven't had any eruption recently, but that's something to remember. I'm just joking. One of the highlights when you go to Santorini, and it's a tour not to be missed, it would be the wine touring. So Santorini is the Europe's most stunning island and one of Greece's most distinctive maybe wine regions. So I would kind of sort it on the second after the northern part of Greece. So it's also home to the oldest vineyards in Europe, resulting into extraordinary crisp Assyrtiko white wine and outstanding sweet dessert wine. So when you're in Santorini, even if you don't take a wine tour, you have to try Assyrtiko and the dessert wine Visanto. So on this tour, you will be having the opportunity to visit 3 traditional wineries that are dotted around the picturesque island of Santorini. You will learn a lot about the ancient vineyard of Santorini, the history of the island through the centuries, as well as how the volcanic soils influence the wine making and why it's so good for growing, like, the vineyards. So you will also learn about the island's unique viticulture, I didn't know the terminology, that produces some of the crispiest whites and seductively sweet wines in the Mediterranean. Now, in case you are not staying in a beautiful hotel that Dominique represents, for example, that has stunning views over the sunset, you can take a sunset sailing tour, which we can happily organize for you in order to admire the famous sunset of Santorini. And we can combine it with a nice dinner on board, cooked by award-winning chefs that our partners are supporting us with. And one of my favorite activities, and I have done it personally myself in 2019, of course, it's the private cooking and wine pairing experience. So this experience takes place on the highest point of Santorini in Merovigli, just a few minutes away from Oma, and secures the best view of the caldera and the volcano. So initially you will walk around the garden with the chef to pick up all the fresh vegetables and the herbs that you like to prepare the unique meal with your loved ones. And then you will cook under the guidance of the executive chef. So with him, you'll learn the secrets of the cooking a variety of Greek dishes, such as the Santorini and fava. You have to try that, and how to use the locally produced cherry tomatoes. Santorini produces amazing cherry tomatoes. So you'll be able to take notes as you go step by step, and of course get involved at the same time with the preparation. So each course will be paired by top Santorinian wines. And now, the last point that I wanted to make is that Selini restaurant is one of the most famous dining restaurants in Greece. I would say actually the most famous in Greece. So I would definitely recommend to take like, a dinner there. It's located in the main town of Fyra. And it's actually part of the hotel establishment, but completely different. So you don't have to stay to the hotel to gain access. So that would be an amazing dining experience to have. And now in Greece, you have about 1,200 islands. Out of those, about 200 are inhabited. So you're better off taking maybe a private charter to explore maybe a dozen of those or less, depending on your time. So Eclectic will be here. We have a yacht expert in our team called Anthi. She's been doing that for a very long time. So she's got a great variety of options to offer, as well as a wealth of experience to suggest the best option for you. And I always share the Ionian Sea itinerary because we don't tend to talk about the Ionian Sea that much, especially for first-time travelers. But you will have this itinerary in about 7 to 8 days that you cover 8 different locations, and a couple of the islands that you can see would be the popular island of Lefkada, Ithaki, which is the mainland of Odysseus, Kefalonia, and the beautiful island of Zakynthos with the popular shipwreck on the bottom left on your screen. Last, our villa services. We have been working on our villa portfolio for the past few years. And actually last week, as I mentioned, this is the website for our Eclectic villas. We have launched the website, so you will be able to go in and check out 17 different destinations. We're at the moment in the process of loading all of our villas. There's more than 200 villas in our portfolio. So you will have some options, but as we move forward, we will have a lot more. And I'm sharing a couple of those in Cretan destinations that we have already covered. In Paros, some fresh villa product. Antiparos is becoming extremely popular with yachts enthusiasts and people who are more into surfing, because Antiparos offers amazing windy scenery. And then Naxos, Paros and Naxos, you need to remember that they are the most affordable options when we're talking about villa products. And then, of course, the cosmopolitan Mykonos with a very luxurious offering, Santorini, and then we're finishing off with Corfu and Villa 20 in Portoheli, part of the Amanzoe Hotel. And thank you so much for listening. I hope it wasn't too much.
Oh, no. Thank you very much, Eva. It was fascinating. And I love the focus on this gastronomy that you did. Can't wait to be there. While I just wanted to show you our hotel, Oma and Milos, which are not yet open. Meanwhile, I think, Kim, you had a question about Crete, asking if it was famous for their knife making.
Not knife making.
Not especially, huh? She didn't know if it was the right island or not, but is Crete known for the knife making? No.
Well, they're known for carrying guns and weapons. We feel like sometimes we're in Texas. Sorry, right. I don't mean to offend anyone here, but the Cretans are known to carry guns and weapons in general, and they have also, like, knives. I don't know about the production, but they definitely carry them with them on them.
Okay. So just before we finish, just wanted to make sure everyone knows that we have Oma Santorini that is opening soon. Now we have the date on the 15th of April between IOA and FIRA. Eva, if you want to add things, because you know the hotel perfectly, and that you went there for the soft opening already. So 25 rooms and suites facing the beautiful Caldera. We are in Santorini. It's going to be a beautiful product to sell. I think very stylish, great for family, no much staircase, so everyone has a quick access. And you said we have the best room in all Santorini in all category, correct?
I did say that. And I can't wait to go back this year.
Yeah. Now that's going to be amazing. So we have a great team. It's part of Epoch Collection, and Epoch Collection is surprising us with actually a second hotel that we are happy to, who just joined the collection. So our second hotel, and I will let you pronounce the name. Go ahead, my dear.
So I started talking in Greek already. So the hotel in Greek is pronounced Xenodochio.
Voilà, Xenodochio. Milos.
Exactly. It's like KS, Xe.
Mm-hmm. So it's opening soon, I think April, May, I think they have a new date, but it's going to be in the center of Athens, opposite the old parliament. I think it's a beautiful location. That's where you were saying, Eva, that clients should pick a great location in the center and then do your food tours. Huh?
It's amazing, and there's a lot of people who know just a couple of hotels out of experience, or because of the brand name, I don't know, such as the Grand Bretagne, or a couple of those. But this would be classy, but also very modern and trendy, with a focus again on food.
Exactly, where we are the first hotel actually with Estiatorio Milos, with the owner of the Milos restaurants that we know very well. So it's going to be a big success as well, and definitely should be part of a gastronomic tour. Beautiful decor, contemporary, very stylish. And that's where I am today. I love this picture. And voilà, so just a few pictures to show you the new Hotel Xenodochio Milos opening soon in Athens. So I don't know if we have any other question or if we just finish our little webinar for today.
You answered the questions, Dominique, already. Yeah, we're going to send out all this content, absolutely.
Exactly. You can also find this recording on our YouTube channel, Dominique Debay YouTube channel. We invite you to subscribe. If you wanted a special meeting with Eva, we have a new marketing idea, which is Let's Connect 365. So you just have letsconnect365.com and hope you can find Eva. You can also find our other hoteliers and our other DMCs. So we'll thank you very much, Eva, for joining us. And
you're very welcome. Thank you, Dominique. Thank you, everyone.
We can't wait for another amazing subject. And thank you to everybody joining us today. It was really lovely to have you, to see all your names from all over the Americas. And
Dominique, can I just say something? Everybody who's attending your webinars are going into our mailing list. So once we have a little bit more accuracy on what we discussed, because it's all talking at the moment, about the reopening, either as an EU or as Greece as a standalone country. We will be in touch.
Perfect, Eva. Thank you. All right, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to go to Croatia at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, and then we have COVAC Global, which is this membership repatriation, which I think every client and even us traveling, it's definitely a safe, a peaceful solution for us to travel right now. Huh? All right, thank you very much. Buenas tardes.
Have a great day,
everyone. Good evening for you, Eva.
Thank you, Dominique.
Allez, we love you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.